Okay, isang magandang Lunes sa inyo lahat. Welcome sa live market review ng stock market today. Ngayon ay March 21, 2022, Spring Equinox. Yan po, ang araw ngayon ay Spring Equinox. Ibig po sabihin ay ang araw at gabi ay halos magkapareho po ng oras. No, the start of spring sa Northern Hemisphere, the start of autumn in the Southern Hemisphere. Yan po yung Spring Equinox. Okay, at ito po si Benji Chodoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. At ginagawa ko po itong report araw-araw na sinimulan ko po noong August of last year. At ngayon po tayo ay live. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe. At kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at ating pong ipa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor and nothing in my channel should be construed as any kind of financial advice. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa Lushotan Group rather. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, March 21. Huwag po kayong alis. So, puntahan mo po muna natin yung ating mga headlines. Pero bago po yan, ngayon po ay 2:55. Silipin po natin, ang PSE ay down. And it's just 5 minutes before closing, nasa 6956.60 or 51.03 points in the red, 0.73% down. Ano? So 2 consecutive trading days na down po siya. Okay? Pero tingnan muna natin ang financial headlines bago at sinilip lang po natin ang PSE mula po sa BDO Securities, no? Philippine unemployment rate falls to 2-year low. The Department of Finance wants higher infra spending, lower budget gap. Yan po yung ating news on the economy. Sa sectoral news, ito po ang ating main news. LTG full year 21 attributable net income down 4% to 20.2 billion. Ayala Corporation announces sale of MCX stake. Ito po yung MCX is the Muntinlupa Cavite Expressway project. So mukhang ibebenta na nila ito, no? To the Villar Group. Yan. So meron siyang nagkaroon ng disclosure na ibebenta niya yung kanyang share doon sa MCX. Okay, Tel allots up to 13 billion for hyperscale data center. Okay, so yan po ang ating financial headlines, but tignan natin ang ating other news, ano? Tignan natin dito. Okay, sa Philippine Star, Philippine external debt hits $106.4 billion. Ang laki na ng utang natin outside, no? Foreign obligations 8.1% up. And then this is our main news, ano? Yun natin, LT Group. Pero dito yung kanyang headline was Manila Standard, LT Group's income top 20 billion in 2021. So the Lushotan Group, the holding company of Taikon Lushotan, said Friday net income reached 20.25 billion pesos in 2021, down 3.7%. Yun, bumaba siya, no? From 21.02 billion in 2020 on the lower contribution of banking, property, and the beverage business. or businesses. LT Group said in a disclosure to the stock exchange, tobacco business accounted for 17.43 billion or 86% of LTG's total attributable income, followed by Tanduay Distilleries Inc. with 124 billion pesos or 6% of the total. Eton Properties Philippines added 548 million, while Asia Brewery contributed 475 million. The company's 30.9% stake in Victoria's Milling Company added 258 million. Banking unit PNB had a net contribution of 308 million after eliminating the gain of 33.44 billion from the transfer of real estate assets to PNB Holdings Corp. The group's tobacco business had a net income of 17.5 billion in 2021, up 4% from a year ago despite lower industry volume. Okay. So I think that's about it. Yun po ang ating pinaka news item, and again, malapit na pong mag-3. So let's see what's happening to the Philippine Stock Exchange. Excuse me. Ipon lang natin to. And before we get to that, let me read to you some comments here, no? On your comments. Sabi ni John, sandali lang po. Sabi ni John, Sir, ano pang best online broker for PSE? Thank you. Naku, pasensya na po kayo, hindi po ako nag-endorse ng broker. But I can share with you who my broker is. My broker is BDO Securities, both traditional. I have both traditional and online. And also CBC Sec, where I have a traditional broker's account. Okay? But marami pong brokers niya na pwede nyo piliin. Call is number 1, AAA, then MetroSec is also good. Pero kayo po ang pumili. No? Hindi po ako nag-endorse ng broker. Okay? John? And then, meron pa dito. Tingnan natin. Tex Winter. Okay, Tex Winter commented, Sir, kindly review SPNEC. Is it a promising stock? What about Synergy Grid, SGP? Thanks po in advance. They are both promising stocks. SPNEC, reviewin nga natin yan. Sulat natin. Kasi yan po ang isang stock, yung SPNEC, ang still above the IPO price. Kasi ang IPO po ng SPNEC is piso eh. And kung titignan nyo po yung presyo niya ngayon, nandito po 175, which is 75% higher than the IPO price. No? Very promising po ang kumpanya because it's energy. Bata pa po ang CEO nito, si Leviste. And they have a lot of plans for SPNEC. Synergy is also a promising stock kasi transmission lines po ito eh. Ito po yung from the power source to the distribution facility, no? Yan yung transmission lines owned by the Henry C. Jr. or C. Big Boy. Yan po. At maganda po yung returns nitong SGP. And it's a promising stock. Ang return nga niyan based on dun sa bond na ininvest nila is about 7%. 7 or so percent. So, yun po. So SPNEC po, re-review po natin. Plus, ano pa ba yung ibang stocks dito na? So, i-refresh lang po natin ito. Let me see. Enrico Gonzalez, welcome. LTG divs this week. FTW. Ano FTW? Welcome po, Rico, Enrico Gonzalez. So, gawin natin si LTG. Divs this week. Tingnan natin, divs this week. Meron ba si LTG? Tingnan natin, ha? LTG. Okay, meron nga, no? 15 centavos per share. Ex-date is March 25. And payment date is April 12. Payment date April 12. Next week pa ito. Pero ex-date is March 25, which is on Friday. So, kung gusto nyong mag-dividend play dito sa stock na ito, na 50 centavos per share, kailangan po before ex-date. No? Before Friday po kayo bumili. Of course, pina-price in na po yan ng market. Ano? So, makikita nyo po, ito bumababa pa. Oh. 9.15. So, review natin si LTG. Thank you, Rico. And, tingnan natin. Meron na bang PSE? So, 304 na. So, dapat meron na ito. So, I'll just confirm, in the meantime, in other news, BSP to keep policy rates steady. And, corporate news dito naman sa business world. Mabagal lang pong internet Okay, so PSE, tingnan natin, 69.56.60. Okay, ito na po. 69.56.60 and this 73 and 51.03. Okay. So down po ang market ngayon, Yung index is down 51.03 points. Lagyan natin ng indicators to. Or 0.73% down. So wala pang net foreign buying, hindi pa nare-register. It went as low as 6949.85 and went as high as 7,024. So from the looks of it, it is below our indicators, which should mean that the trend is downwards, or so below our moving averages, no? Yung RSI is showing a bearish number at 41.52. Yung support level of the PSE is somewhere in this area. Yan po. Nasa 69.56, and the next support level would be in this area. Nasa 67.21 more or less. Area po ang support and resistance, hindi po siya exact points. Doon naman tayo sa ating market activity. 103 companies declined, 78 advanced, while 52 remained unchanged. The broader all-share index also declined 0.55% or 20.41 points. In the sectoral indices, all sectors were in the red except for services, which registered a plus 0.39%, so almost flat. Meanwhile, the other sectors were down, led by mining at 2.22%, then followed by the industrials at 1.28%. So, tingnan natin. Uy, welcome po si Justin De Ocampo. Thank you po. Love your vids. Maraming po salamat. Philip OFW Live. Sir, nasa Hong Kong kami. Welcome po. Alam niyo po, nagtrabaho po ako dyan sa Hong Kong. So, for mga about 8 months, doon po ako sa BDO Unibank sa Central, sa Connaught Road. And maraming po salamat sa inyo pag-tune in sa na live video na ito. If you have stocks, type in lang po ang inyong request. Okay? So, maraming po salamat. We have... Okay, tingnan natin. Okay, so, ang reviewin po natin ngayon ay let's get through the following. Tingnan natin puro red kasi ito nakakapanghinayang mag-review ng red So, tignan natin yung top na muna, si SM, pero red po siya. And then, let's do SMPH. Ito yung green. And let's do Monde. And Converge. Yan. So, we'll be reviewing SPNEC, LTG, SM, SMPH, Monde, and Converge. Okay, so let's start with Solar Power Nueva Ecija. Yan. Excuse me. Yan. So, it ended with the red candlesticks losing 6 centavos today. Pero, lumalabas na po yung 50-day exponential, yung moving average for 50 days, and it's just piercing through, meaning somewhat sideways ang movement niya. Nasa 46.41 yung ating RSI, meaning may pagka-bearish po yung dating niya. In the meantime, yung ating support ng SPNEC nandito po sa area to. Nasa 1.56. And the resistance is within this area 2.24. Yan po si SPNEC. And you're asking earlier if this is a good stock. Yes, this is a good and promising stock. Maring hindi po magbibigay yan ng dividendo. Tingnan natin yung earnings niya. Pero growth-wise, malaki po yung growth potential po nitong stock na ito. Kasi this is the only stock so far na it's above its IPO price na piso. No? Nasa 176 po siya or 76% higher, and it reached as high as 232 noong February 2. No? So more than double the IPO price. Okay? Then let's go to LTG. Si LTG naman, naku, well, patuloy siya bumaba, although this is higher candlestick. Just like what our viewer said, si Rico ay may dividendo po siya this week. Tama po, 15 centavos per share. And ibibigay po ito sa April 12. Ex-date is March 25 sa Friday. So, pababa po si LTG. Sige, let's try to draw excuse me, a parallel channel. Yan natin to. Yan. Okay. So more or less, ang ating channel would more or less form our support and resistance. The upper channel would be our resistance and the lower channel would be our support, no? So ito po, no? Nasa 8 somewhere here, no? Yung 860, may slight overshoot lang, but tingnan natin. Yan, okay. Okay, nasa 860 to 870 po ang support ni LTG, but it continues to move down based dito sa ating mga indicators. The resistance is here at 9.56. RSI is at 43, 47. Pero fundamentally, tingnan natin yung fundamental price ni LTG. Ang projected price po niya is at 12.90 or about, well, shall we say at 38 to 40% upside kung based po sa fundamentals to. Okay, so yan po si LTG, and it is, well, not looking so good unless magkaroon siya ng green or higher price in the coming days. Pero maganda namang stock po ito. It's one of the highest dividend paying stock in the index. So sa akin lang po ay pwedeng opportunity to buy the stock. Okay, if you look at it that way, and fundamental and your long-term, if you are a long-term investor, this is a good stock to buy. Okay, and then let's take a look at SM. The number one most active stock today. Bearish din siya. Red candlestick. There is a red candlestick today. Although last Friday it had a promising candle dahil meron po siyang volume, meron siyang volume last Friday. Now it ended with a red candlestick. So tingnan lang natin yung susunod dito. It's still bearish itong SM. Tingnan natin yung support niya nandito po. Lagay natin dito sa yan, nasa 872. Yan po ang pinaka-support ni SM, pero pababa pa rin yung ating mga moving averages dito sa stock na ito. RSI ay mababa po or mababa at 43 below the midpoint. And then SMPH, yung real estate and mall business ni SM, yan, more promising po ito. Yung support area ay nag-hold po dito sa EMA 50. But let's draw a line na lang. 37.43. EMA 50 at 37.11. So more or less yun po yung pinaka-support area ni SM. And the resistance would be here at 39.61. Yan po. 39.61 ang resistance ni SM, but it's moving more or less upwards, or the trend is upwards to sideways at the moment. At last Friday po, nagkaroon din po siya ng volume, and we expect SM to move, based on the technicals, to move up in the coming days because of this volume indicator here. For RSI is bullish, 54.93. And then CSM, or Monde rather. Monde. Oh, bumaba si Monde. I think Monde is an index stock, di ba? Okay. So, it's just sitting on support. So, nasa 13.7 or 13.65, no? Yung support area, and it's bearish based on our indicators here. RSI is low, no? 39.38. Kung umabot po yan ng 30 or below, yan po ay tinatawag nating oversold. Pero hindi pa po siya umaabot. Kung ang RSI po ay umabot ng 70 and above, ang stock po ay overbought. Yan. Yan po yung RSI or the Relative Strength Index. Ngayon, yung pinaka-resistance ni Monde, nandito po medyo mataas. 1701, but the stock right now is on a downtrend. Okay? And then finally, we have Converge. Cool. Moving sideways or bearish to sideways to Converge. Actually, ang kanyang fundamental price based on the study of BDO SEC is